You know, I'm beginning to think this movie may not actually be set much on that island after all. And with these new articles that have been coming out over the last couple of days, Scarlett Johansson's interest in, quote, ecosystems after filming some stuff for this new Jurassic Park is making the film sound a little more interesting if it winds up being a big point of the plot. But anyways, what's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to talk about the new information that has been coming out for Jurassic Park 7 / Jurassic World 4 or whatever they want to call it. I know we've gotten a lot of cool stuff surrounding the island location and setting post-Jurassic World Dominion, but there's also some new speculation and a Scarlett Johansson update that kind of makes this movie sound a little more interesting in regards to dinosaur ideas that can be theorized be involved in the new plot if it turns out being important. Of course, a lot of this isn't going to be concrete and it's just fun speculation at the end of the day, but some people are under the impression that this movie could take the series underwater, which is also backed up by something Chris Pratt said a couple of years ago.
Really exciting. We have an incredible director, Gareth Edwards.
So this information comes from an article that came out a couple of days ago from InsideTheMagic.com. And in that article, they bring up the idea that the movie could be the most franchise-altering installment to date. While it is true that the Variety article from a while back was quoted as saying this will be a completely fresh take launching a new Jurassic era following 3 adults and 3 teenagers stuck on the island, that no doubt sounds kind of like a basic old Jurassic Park plot idea when you really think about it. And while it's interesting that David Koepp, the writer of both Jurassic Park and The Lost World, has returned to write the screenplay for this new movie and has allegedly set a good deal of it back on an island, the article goes on to bring up the fact that the filming has already wrapped in Thailand and that they will soon begin filming in the official Malta Film Studios, which offer, quote, unique infinite horizon water tanks suitable for large-scale SFX and underwater shooting. These tanks are said to give audiences the illusion of action taking place miles out at sea with no need for special effects, which is further evidence to support the theory that this movie may actually have the bare bones ideas of a back to basics Jurassic Park idea on the island. And look, I think Thailand will no doubt be a stand-in for that, but also just keep in mind that these kinds of water tanks are going to be used to film the movie for a while further, and that is something that we actually haven't seen too much of in this brand for a while. Sure, you could argue that there was underwater stuff in Jurassic Park 3 and maybe even say that the Mosasaurus Lagoon in Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom was utilized, but keep in mind, those were all very small parts of the films. Jurassic Park 3, in fact, was just an aviary with an attack on a small riverboat at the end, so this could be something totally different entirely. It also harkens back to what Chris Pratt's idea for a Jurassic World movie was back a couple of years ago. You know, he wanted to focus on the Mosasaurus like Jaws, because he felt like it wasn't really used as much as it could have been in the newer trilogy, which I gotta say I totally agree with him on that. We don't have any confirmation yet onto what kind of species are going to be in the movie with any sort of underwater scenes, but if they're going underwater, there's probably gonna be dinosaurs under there. I mean, like, I don't think that's too big of a stretch to even think about, or, aquatic reptiles, whatever you want to call them. Now, the Thailand jungle could be used as a sort of island location, while this big deep sea action takes place out along the coast, maybe further in a deep blue sea level environment like Jurassic Park underwater resort or something. I don't know. I could see this movie being like a Lost World adventure, only adding in the Mosasaurus, or maybe something else we haven't seen before, because again, it is true, they have said that this is a brand new era, they're doing brand new things, but I think the island is throwing a lot of people off. And yet again, we don't really know what they will use these water tanks for just yet. Action is all we're really told, and the fact that they're used to be like miles out at sea, so it could literally be anything. With that being said, there was a recent interview with Scarlett Johansson's husband where he gave us some pretty fun updates on the movie that I think will help guide us into what kind of mindset the actress is in for Jurassic Park 7. In an article that reads, Scarlett has already filmed her Jurassic World movie and it was Colin Jost who spoiled the news. What a wild title. Anyways, her husband revealed to the New York Times, quote, she was just filming Jurassic Park, so she's thinking of everything in terms of delicate ecosystems. So I gotta say, that's actually a really interesting quote, because look, the fact that the last movie, Jurassic World Dominion, did not really focus on delicate ecosystems, and you know, we all thought that would be a major plot for a Jurassic Park movie now that dinosaurs were all around the world. So honestly, if this little update is important to the plot,
finally!
Now look, Colin Jost went on to say that some actors do something like just look at a script and don't care about anything until they get to their role or their dialogue, but not Scarlett Johansson. She apparently was asking questions and wanting to know answers on the new film, not just bare bones basic stuff. So it sounds like she was actually more interested in how everything worked and not just what her lines were. And with the added information about delicate ecosystems being a part of her mindset, especially post-Jurassic World Dominion, this could actually be a fun clue for the plot of the new movie. I also want to talk about her enthusiasm in general. She has been very, very, like, front and center happy, and Jeff Goldblum invited her, like, saying, hey, welcome to the franchise. I might talk in the future about whether or not he could be in this film in a cameo sort of role. They could definitely do it, hope they do, but, like, it really looks like Scarlett Johansson is all in on this new Jurassic Park movie. Glenn Powell and everyone else that's read the script has said it's going to crush when it comes out. While it does look like it's taking place at least partially on an island, Gareth Edwards' direction underwater should be very interesting, especially with some of the kind of stuff he did with Godzilla in 2014. But again, I have no idea what to expect for this movie. So with that being said, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the new Jurassic Park 7 ideas that we've been hearing? Is this movie going to be having like massive set pieces underwater in some sort of like big tank sort of kind of like Jaws 3 or something like that? Or is it going to be mainly island focused and just have some cool set pieces like with the Mosasaurus attacking a boat, like the deleted scene we got from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom years and years ago that was never made? Personally, I gotta say, it does sound like they're reusing a lot of unmade Jurassic Park ideas, but if this movie is more like Deep Blue Sea meets the Lost World Jurassic Park, sign me up, because that kind of sounds cool. But anyways, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear all about them in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I want to thank everyone that's helped me build my channel over the years. I'd also like to thank every one of you guys who've watched my stuff. You've all been extremely cool to me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and hope that you'll consider subscribing. God bless you all. Christ is King. See you guys in the next video, and as always, take it easy.